Welcome back to Is It Wrong to Trapping Up Ghouls in a Dungeon? Anime Review, episode number 58. We're here reviewing the second to last episode of Season 5, which also happens to be the 74th episode of the series, known as Einherjar, I think I'd say pronounce it. Yeah, the one thing about the series, they love using, Norwegian words of the show for reasons. So, we have many different things going on in this episode. We have Alan, the Catman, taking on his cute sister in the episode. We have Holden convincing a fellow elf, a dark elf, mind you, to switch sides, which he does. And he helps out, basically, Alan's sister in a pretty good battle in the episode, and it turns out that the reason why she's not part of the Familia because he requests that she be kicked out to apparently protect her, but then he has to activate a special spell and then go freaking nuts. And we also see that Wolf himself basically gets up and walks someplace. Aisha, basically, she and the rest of the bar waitress, the tavern girls, they continue to fight. One of the triplets is still standing. See what one of the triplets, the four brothers. Yeah, only one is still standing. So they're able to basically continue to fight with him. Lily herself basically is injured. Hestia comes out of nowhere and just basically offers to heal, like, no, go find Bill. And Hamilton went to basically boost up 4 people. Oh, by the way, how much of this episode covers Book 18? If you're really curious, it covers, I kid you not, that much. It covers from page 327 to 374. Okay, so the answer to the obvious question is, how much is left to go of the book to be adapted? That much. Which they'll probably finish adapting next week. And if I were the studio, I would also partially adapt the beginning of Book 19, because that served as an epilogue to this whole thing. And then right after you adapt the beginning of Book 19, or after that leads into the very next arc of the series. Yeah. I mean, I'll see a little bit of continuation here, like the whole thing with Alan's sister, where she is basically on Wolf's shoulder, where, he explains some things. The fact that apparently Alan and him are very similar, despite the fact he's a dog and Alan's a cat. Yeah. But there's lots of stuff going in this episode. Lots of battles. It's basically paced really well. Yeah, I would say definitely the biggest highlight of the episode is the pacing. It's paced really well. I can definitely tell what's going on. It feels like it's going a little fast, but if you're curious if there was anything major cut here, not really. I mean, roughly what I mentioned, it did almost 50 pages. Which I think is a little bit less than they normally do, but they're adapting from the final chapter of Book 18 of the series. Yeah, simply put, they're on Chapter 9, which this is the longest chapter. This chapter is over 300 pages. Yes. And it's almost done. Almost. And the very next episode aired next week is called Sire. And we actually briefly see the real Sire in the episode. Not Freya. Freya, surprisingly, is absent this episode. She's mentioned frequently throughout the whole episode. And you might be asking Nick, did it cut an appearance by Freya from the episode? No. It was never cut. For one simple reason. She was on the material they adapted for the episode. Yes, there's also he managed to write where Belle, Mamma Mia, and Ryu is, and basically they battle him for quite a while. At one point, he loses this little like shoulder strap thing he was wearing, and then he goes to like tame beast mode, and then we have like the credits, and then we have Holden basically explain kind of his reasoning. Well, the reason why he defected is because despite him giving Hennessy all of his love, all she wanted was Belle. And apparently he's been training him for quite a while. He still calls him Master, which is interesting. Yes, I found that to be interesting in the episode. Which, yes, that happened in the book too. So good on the anime keeping a lot of stuff in here. Yes. And this is definitely one of those shows where this show is very faithful to source material. Now, I've also seen on Miami list of basically them saying, "Where's the dungeon?" There is dungeon experience this season. Yes. So, and also, I've also complained about the pacing being a bit slow for the show, especially for this season. No, I don't think there's any slow pacing. No, I don't think it is. It's great material. Basically, they're adapting, and they're adapting really well. Yes, I know I'm on the penultimate episode. Why am I giving stuff basically? That's the criticism I've seen for the season so far, is the fact that it's basically the story's running low. Like the first half of the season, it felt as though a lot. Basically, when I heard a complaint about it, it felt as though it was basically going way too slow. I didn't think so. I think it moved at a pretty brisk pace, but not too fast per se. Though the only episode I think that basically they kind of rushed a bit on was the beginning when they adapted this very book here, because when they did book 16 and 17, it was really good. They kept a lot in. They pretty much kept a lot of the stuff in. This book, mind you, like as soon as you when you look at basically what was adapted from this very book, it's like they just cut a lot of stuff from the opening portion of this war game so far. And after that, it proceeds pretty much the same pace that basically the whole season has been so far. I mean, only one episode adaptation-wise was a bit rushed, but I don't think basically it's been that rushed. Now, what could have been possibly the reason why for the delay? By the way, it's been almost 2 weeks since the last episode aired. Now, was there production issues? Not necessarily. I didn't have any production issues. Like, I didn't know there was a new episode even aired. Like, because last episode aired at the start of this very month. Like, roughly about February 7th, I think it was, when the last episode aired. Now, the only reason I know that they didn't air a new episode the last couple weeks is because High Dive basically had next release date being today. Well, pretty much today. And then pretty much the final episode released next Wednesday. So for now, it's going to be on the Wednesday schedule, which I think is fine. I don't have an issue with it at all. As long as it's not Friday, we're good. Yep, but did I think this episode was good? Yes, definitely. And we're getting really, really close. Like, this book is almost done. Like, if you're really curious, how many pages left to read after this book? Let's see. $30 plus 34. I think that is about 64 pages. So it's definite. This book is finished next week. Yeah. So yeah, not much to say about this episode. Really good. Okay, so that's pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit that dislike button. Next up is ReZero. Yep, that is next. After that, I'll call it a night. Okay? Next deal. Bye.